Well, here they are, my set of Chinese carbon wheels that I got off of AliExpress from a company called CN Carbon. They came in a box like this, and these wheels that I ordered were 60 millimeter deep, 23 millimeter wide. I did take a micrometer and measure them, and they are almost exactly as the website specs said they would be. 23 at the brake track. They're U-shaped, so they're a slight bulge here, and that's about 24.5 millimeters. They came with the 424 CN carbon spokes. Supposedly something like this safe in X-rays. Doubt that's true, but nonetheless seem to work okay. The other thing they have is the Basalt brake track, and in practice I've ridden a couple, well, I've probably put about 80 miles on them now, and the Basalt track is noticeably different than my other carbon wheels which came with the bike, these oval 981s, which are 80 millimeter, 81 millimeters deep. They do not have the Basalt. They're much more grabby. This Basalt actually makes a much smoother continuous braking action. I'm pretty impressed. Now I have read, based on other reviews of people that have bought Chinese wheels with the Basalt, that it eventually wears off. That may be true. But in any case, the initial impression is a good one. The other thing, they came with these tie skewers, and they are at 25, I think they come in about 25 grams. They're much less than the ovals skewers that I had in there before. Almost too light. I'm a little worried about them because they're so light, but I guess they don't actually take the weight. They just keep the wheel on the stays, the side pressure, so far they're so good there. The one thing I was disappointed was, because part of the reason I got these wheels, one, I wanted a set of training wheels. I also wanted a little shallower rim for really windy conditions. But I have a lot of hills where my normal training ride, and I wanted to see what a lighter wheel would do. These were advertised on the website at 1,550 grams a set. When I put them on the scale, they come in at 1686, a noticeable difference. When I contacted the company and said, what's the deal? They said, when we weigh them without rim tape. Well, whether the rim tape accounts for all of that extra weight, I don't know, but that's what they said. In any case, I'm very happy with the wheel as far as the way they ride. I have 25 millimeter tires on this. I had 23s on my ovals, because the ovals are only 22 millimeters wide at the rim. And it's a very comfortable ride, and seems to have low rolling resistance. In my the ride in fact I took last night, I set a new PR on a good chunk of the course, so obviously there's not too much detriment on the aero, at least under those conditions. But in any case, let me show you the wheels up close. So here are the wheels, and I got the matte finish, as you can see. They also came with these Powerway R36 carbon hubs. Wasn't anything I was particularly looking for, but I have no complaints about them. Not sure what the point of the carbon is, other than, I suppose, to make them lighter. But they seem to spin okay, which I will show you in just a second. There's the front hub. And in fact, let's show you the spin on these R36. And out of the box, the wheels are pretty true. It did seem after a ride I had to adjust the brakes, which worried me a little bit, just because the ovals wheels, I've put a couple thousand miles on those, and they are still true as the day I got the bike. So it worries me if you get a little out of true just after the first ride. But again, nothing so far, nothing serious. As you can see from the front wheel, it too tracks pretty true after a couple rides. So all in all, I have to say my first impression of these wheels and second impression after a couple rides is positive. I'll post an update after maybe 500 miles, or if something goes wrong prior to that, or they get out of true, or have anything negative about them that I haven't already mentioned, I will let you know.